Okay, guys, we're going to go over the best meta defenders, every single budget, every single player we're going to rank. Now, although I like to judge my entertainment skills as being 10-10 and my acting skills to be like A-star, unfortunately, common sense has to prevail. So I've removed everyone doesn't have 85 sprint speed, 85 defense awareness. This is not day one. I will be ill-advising you if I'm telling you to use someone else got 80 sprint speed. 85 sprint speed is what I used when the game came out. 90 sprint speed is what I use minimum now. Now, that's my thoughts on it. People can disagree, but most of the time, thankfully, I've guessed correctly. And that's why I'm trying to say you can't use someone that's below 90 sprint speed. If you want to do it, have fun in your Division 5, Division 10, up against a top tier pro player running around you. It's fine. But I'm trying to give you the best possible advantage here. So I'm not here for entertainment, here to educate. So Thuram, very, very good card. Good centre back. In fact, if your centre back pairing is not in this, unless it's an evolution, if it's not on this list, you probably shouldn't be using it. So Thuram I've gone in, slide tackle, could have a better play style. 1.2 mil, a good card, okay? Dunk is a very, very good Premier League card, 125k. 85 sprint speed, 91 defense awareness, block play style, another very, very good card. Can't afford anyone. He's a really good card to go with. If you do have this card, then thankfully I don't even know if I don't even know how you get that. I think it's like a mastery card. But anyway, Company's good card. He does like acceleration. Anticipate, I think lower tier players will like it a bit more because it can help you get away with a bad tackle. Why do pros use it a lot? It's mainly to stop the ball and win the ball and stop the ball for a rebound. Apart from that, Anticipate, I think, is overrated. There's better play styles, but Company is definitely a good card. Van Dijk, all of his cards are good. With Van Dijk, the most important thing is sprint speed. Had these two stats been switched around, no one would use him, okay? He's too slow. But acceleration just reaches sprint speed. So realistically, with Ariel, he's a very, very good card. His gold card still lasts. We'll go over the team of the years in a second, but it's still a very, very good card. The sprint speed saves him, okay? This Konate card is good. I think realistically, you got to put a shadow. In my opinion, I'm going 90 sprint speed minimum. I'm going ideally 95 sprint speed with a chemistry style. It's up to you what you want to use, but if you want the best performance, this is what I'd recommend. You're not seeing no pro player play with a centre back that's got 80 sprint speed. Just think about that carefully for a second, guys. Cannavaro, and don't forget, pros barely make mistakes, okay? And if they're still using a fast centre back, someone like yourself is probably going to make much more mistakes than a pro player. If they can't recover, how are you going to recover? Remember that. Cannavaro, another very good card. Intercept 500k. Good for the links as well. Is a bit on the short side. Could be a bit taller. But it's not the end of the world. Still a very, very good centre back. Good play styles as well. Acrobatic is useless, but Intercept is a very good one. Alberto, one of the best I've used. Got on my main account. Can play right back. Can play centre back. Got the jockey play style as well. Very, very good card. Wish I had a bit better like block and stuff. But for 500k, honestly, you can't go wrong for a player with those stats, and he's of course 5'11". Lacroix, if you got him, you're lucky. But no, most of them got. Saliba is good. Is he worth 1 mil? I think yes, just about. I think him and Koundé are a very good combination for the French players and Thunderstrucks, but a very, very good card after the upgrades. Definitely worth it in my opinion. Lucio, another very, very good card. Could have better sprint speed. That's the only downside. The benefit is he is tall, but I would say could have better sprint speed, but that's still very, very good stats. Maybe not worth 1.4 million, but still a very, very good card nonetheless. Euro, another very decent card. Block and aerial. Very underrated. I think he's worth a bit more than a 600k that's on his card. 6'3". I think he's an absolute beast. I think he's underpriced, if you're asking me personally speaking. I think he does well beyond his card. Yes, you get a bit better play styles, but he's got the main ones, jockey, block, and aerial. Marquinhos, not a good card. We've done him. We've done him. One of the best centre-backs in the game. Militao, definitely one of the best. I have him and Maldini on my main account. Maldini, I think, is a bit too slow. And by the way, we're going to go with Maldini in a second. But this Maldini card is probably, I'm considering maybe being a bit too slow with 86 sprint speed. So I actually sold him. But it did cost a large chunk of my team. But the jockey playstyle is what makes these cards even more OP. In my opinion, Eden Militao is top 10 centre-backs in the game. Without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe even top 5, I would say. Regular Maldini comes in. Dead playstyle, to be honest. Maybe not worth the 1.5 mil. maybe with the play. Actually, he still is. Yeah, at least maybe worth 1.5. Actually, yeah, maybe if he was 3 mil, no, but 1.5. I'm pretty sure he went down quite a lot. Yeah, so he was like 2 mil before, and he went down. So now I'd say it's a good price to get. More of a centre and a left back. This Alberto, very, very good. Anticipate Playstyle Plus. And can play CDM. So if you're looking for the card that can distribute, he's a very, very good card. Very underrated, underpriced in my opinion. This Alberto is good as well. There isn't that much difference. Look, realistically, the long ball is going to make the biggest difference, right? But in terms of stats, there's not that much in it. It's either one, whichever one you want to sway. I think this one is worth more because Anticipate. I think this one is... Well, they both Anticipate. Sorry, I don't know why this one's actually worth more. This one should be worth more. Not too sure what the market's doing, but the market makes their movements. But anyway, around about the same price. Go with the other Alberto over this one. I can understand maybe because people want the centre-back defensive plus. And then I understand. But you see, this one doesn't even have that. I mean, this one doesn't even have that. But, okay, is it really going to make a big difference? Yes, it can make a difference. I don't think it's as big as people make it out to be, though. The roll plus. I think it's still a good thing. But I don't think... Okay, a defender plus is good. But a defender plus and a defender plus, the difference isn't that big. And even a regular defender defend and a plus, maybe with offside trap, stuff like that with defense awareness, you could argue yes. But I don't think it's not like a 50% difference. It's a slight difference. So maybe, you know what, I'd probably still go with this Alberto card because universal. You want a pure centre back, then you suppose you can go the other one. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying defender plus is bad. I'm just saying it's not as big as a difference as people make it up. People to make it out to be like the card is 2 times better when that's not the case. But maybe that's because my positioning is good and I recover manually. Maybe thinking about it from the casual perspective, maybe it probably helps the casual player a bit more. So maybe I was a bit wrong on that one. So maybe I'll word it as, yes, it's big difference, but not as big as people make it out to be. Rudiger guard is very, very good. 93 sprint speed, one of the best underpriced if you're asking me. Van Dijk, this one is very good as well. To be honest, just get the inform and get it over and done with. Look, realistically, are you going to notice that much of a difference? Probably not. You know, when you're pushing towards team of the year, that's a different budget at 6 mil, whatever he is. That's a different card entirely. But we'll come back to that. Maldini, we've already gone through. Haaland, one of the best centre-backs inside the game. I think 96 sprint speed, 86 defensive awareness. With the stature and the block play style, I think he's one of the best. I think for 2 mil, he's underpriced. I think he realistically should be about 4 mil. But I think he's one of the best centre-backs inside the game. Top 5 in my opinion. I think especially because of his stature, you can really get away with it. With the block play style, how big he is. With the meta now, that you can get. The acceleration lets him down a little bit. So I say you can't use an engine. I say probably put a shadow on him. You want to maximize that acceleration as much as possible. And the downside is he's lengthy. When you're defending, contrary to what 99% of people think, you actually want explosive, because if someone gets a sprint boost past you, you want to be explosive to catch up in time. Lengthy is pointless. But for some reason, everyone thinks lengthy is meta. Maybe that's because that 2 years ago or whatever. But anyway, Irene, she's actually a very good card. 5'10", she's actually not bad height. She can play CDM and centre back. Maybe a bit too slow on the acceleration. With the shadow, she's completely fine. 500k with block and area, I think she's a very good price. 500k, you can't really go wrong with the Liga F links. You've got the Hansons. Ronaldo's a very, very good card. Quite accurately priced. Anticipate area, long ball, and jockey. I think it's a very, very good card if you're asking me. The height is good as well. 6'2". Everyone thinks the height. Everyone thinks, oh, it must be short, but no. So I think she's a very good card. I think underpriced. Maybe you should whip at 3 mil, but another very good card. Possibly had a sprint speed probably lets it down a little bit. Had a sprint speed been a bit higher, I think she could potentially be top 5. Had a sprint speed being like 90s plus, in my opinion, 92, 93. Saliba, one of the best. I think slightly overpriced, if you're asking me. I think he's a very good card. Is he worth 4 mil? Okay, maybe he is. I think I would prefer an Eder Militao over him, if you're asking me personally speaking. But I think he's a very good card regardless. Maybe I would say about 3 mil would be a good price for him. I still think he's one of the best centre-backs inside the game, don't get me wrong. But I just think for the price performance, maybe you can get some better cards there. But of course, he's definitely up there being top 10 at the very least. I just think with certain play styles and certain advantages, your money can do better. Look, if you've got 50 million coins, then by all means. But realistically, most of you guys got 10. Like if you're on a high end, like, let's be realistic now. High end is 10 mil. Are you going to spend 40% on a centre back? Probably not. Low end is about 100 to 200k. Middle is about 1 mil. So even the discrepancy for the average player's team is probably less than a mil. So maybe a regular player that plays Ultimate Team and Weekend League is going to be a bit higher. But for the average player, don't forget it's quite low. Most people just play this game casually all the time. So if you are full in a centre back like this and you've got 4 million coins, you're like in the 1%, even less than that. Maybe the 0.05%, maybe, I don't know, who knows, of all Ultimate Team players. Van Dijk won the best. I wish acceleration was a bit high. It's not, but definitely one of the better ones. Sprint speed, you got to put a shadow on him. In fact, all these cards got to have shadow, in my opinion. Desai, another good card. I think with a shadow is good. I think he's slightly overrated. I think he's still a very good card, but I think people make it out to be like he's one of the top 10. I think maybe he's around the top 20, but I don't think he's top 10 in my opinion. And then Bremer, another very, very good card. Price performance, fantastic. 89 sprint speed, 89 defense awareness. You know who's a top 10 centre back? Is Hierro. It's a joke. I don't know why everyone is. I still can't believe whoever has mass influence. Everyone uses Hierro card. Honestly, you should enter politics because the amount of power they have on masses is incredible. But do not use, guys, a player with 81 sprint speed. Please, please, please. And even his bruiser, right? Okay. Even with advanced defending, I don't think his bruiser is as overpowered as people make it out to be. That's just my opinion on it. So I think the masses has that wrong, in my opinion. Unfortunately, most of the time, what you see on social media, don't just take it blindly. Think about it first, in my opinion. Malin? Anton lost the plot here. Early morning, not even slept yet. Anton, a very good card as well. Good price performance as well. You can put a shadow on him, a very, very good card. So price performance, I think he's very, very good. Can play right back as well, but we're going to be focusing on a centre back ability for this one. Tar is a very, very good card. He's got another card as well that we're going to go over. This card is just slightly a bit better. The price difference is triple. Maybe just go with the regular one, to be honest. Stones, we done him. Very, very good card. I've already made a video on my second channel which one you should choose, but I still think either one of them is very, very good. And you could argue this is the better centre-back variation as opposed to this one. But still a very, very good card if you've done that SPC. Milito in centre-back now. Listen, he's 6 foot. I've actually never seen him, ever. I've actually never seen him ever be used. But to be honest, for the price, with Powerhead is useless, but with those playstyles, he's actually not bad. His defensive awareness barely keeps him in this category, and so does his sprint speed. But with his shadow, he's not bad. You know, for those that haven't got that many coins and you've got the Serie A links and you need the chemistry boost, then he's actually not a bad player. I think he's probably in top 30. No, maybe not. Let me think about this carefully. He's definitely a very good centre back, but I think there's much better cards. But I think he has that ability to go forward, a ball playing centre back, quite unique. Wish you could play centre mid. Araujo also goes in. Jockey playstyle and block. Sprint speed lets him down a little bit, but another very, very good card. Price performance, he's a very, very good card, especially after the upgrades. Kunde, one of the best centre backs you can get inside the game. In fact, him and Araujo actually a very good combination. So if you haven't got any Evos, you've got 1 million coins, and you want my recommendation for a centre back pairing that can increase your win rate, I would go with Araujo. I would go with Maldini and Militao, but I said before, but you got under a mil. You go with Araujo with the Jockey Playstyle Plus, and then you go with this Kunde card. On my second account, I messed up, man. I missed that Evolution. Evolution was gone now. You know, the right back playmaker one would have given him all the playstyles. But I've evolved my Kunde to create a similar card to this if you follow that as well. But I think it's a very, very good card. I think the Jockey Playstyle alone would probably save you 10 goals on average every weekend league, maybe even more. That is how confident I am. I can tell you that from, don't forget it's my job to analyze gameplay. I see hundreds of gameplays every single day. Well, not every day, but like I see thousands a month, put it that way. And I see every walks of life, every age, every skill level. And the Jockey playstyle, when I see a lot of goals conceded, I know the Jockey playstyle they recover. And there's a reason why my entire defense always has jockey playstyle. I bought this card back on my main account, and you can pretty much get the job done. Very, very good card, very underrated, in my opinion. Yes, you could have better playstyles, but you could take what you can get. Rudiger, not a very good card. 92 sprint speed, 89 defense awareness, very, very good one as well. Stones, we've gone over as well. Yap Stam, if you were very lucky enough to evolve him in that evolution. This one, rigid backbone. Like this, I'm trying to say, I'm excluding evolutions from this. I'm talking about just the base cards. There was a point when this card was very good. I still think it is, and it still fits in. This card is much better. The thing is, like, I'm gonna be honest. Was this card extinct? There was some evolution for it or something, wasn't there? Unless I'm confused, I'm mistaking myself. Anyway, a very good card. 1 mil hero, Premier League links as well. Very, very good. Van Dijk gone over as well. Probably maybe acceleration is probably letting him down a little bit as well. So do bear that in mind. Hato, a very, very good card. And listen, this quick step playstyle plus is very OP. If you struggle against speed boost, there's two playstyles, well, three things you need. Number one is to have your player explosive. He's got control explosive. Number two is to have jockey playstyle plus. He hasn't got that, but he's got the normal jockey playstyle. And number three is quick step. It might be one of the few defenders with quick. I think there's only maybe, actually, I think there's like one other person. If I'm not mistaken, there's only one other centre back, unless I'm completely wrong here. Yeah, Nuno Mendes was just gone, and maybe this guy actually just made the cut. By the way, I filtered this by 85 sprint speed, 85 sprints, defense and awareness, so and a bit of a height. So there might be a chance that I miss someone out. So if your player's not here, maybe they have 84 sprint speed. That's the reason why they might not be in this list. But this Hato card is very, very good. Bit on the price side, but could play left back as well. I think it's a decent card if you're looking for players in Eredivisie. There isn't that many good options on that side. This Gabriel, I think, is a bit too slow. I think he gets away with it, but I think the 71 sprint speed, there's better options out there, but I still think he's a good card. Bailly, I think, is another very good card as well. Intercept. Hendricks, another decent one. No playstyle plus, but still some very good stats. Quite universal. Bundesliga. This is not a very good card. The guy's only 30k. If you're looking for the, you got the Ronaldos, wherever you got in the Saudi league, then I think he's not a bad card for 30k for those cheap teams and if you guys running in. Klosterman, another very good card as well with a block. Danilo, another very good card as well. 70k only. This company maybe kind of stretching it now, but still probably gets into that good list. Rudiger gold card. Him with Eder Militao kind of work out. The regular Thuram is good. Yep, Stan we've gone over. Redondo, now I actually have him on my Nil Guides account. That I rarely use my Nil Guides account anymore because I used to use it back in the day with my 15k team, but then that's why I don't release. That's why from this year, I never revealed the last 2 years. I've never revealed my main account because every time people see my name, they get excited and they think, "Oh, look, it's Nil." So now my main account, no one knows the name and no one's gonna see a team. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll just show you the team. But yeah, look, this guy, I have him on my Nil Guides account. That account's like in Division 9 or whatever. I got an account in every single division to test things out. So one in Elite, one in Division 1, Division 2. This card is very good in CDM. Tiki-taka playstyle, very, very good. Can also play centre back. Height is not bad. 5'10" or whatever he is, or 6'3". I thought it was 5'10". But a very, very good card for the MLS. You're looking for a centre back. Let's say you're looking for a single league nation. Vivian, another very good card. 24k. Very, very cheap if you're asking me. Defense awareness 87. Very, very good card. Campbell, probably pushing it, but still a decent card. I think there's better cards available. Bremer, we've gone over with his other one, but this card's good. And Dick is also a very good card if you got it for free. Ito, another very good card on the SBC. Itakura, another decent card as well. Mitrovic, now this guy is underrated. 15k, 87 sprint speed, 89 defense awareness. Another very good cheap, as I mentioned, the other cards got the link for the Saudi leagues. A very, very good cheap card. Tar got over. Varane, if you did him, I think maybe he's slightly getting outdated. I think the only benefit is he's 87 rated, so he has that potential of being evolved. Again, we're not going to include evolved cards here, but I think as a natural card, he's probably with that agility and balance. Trust me, it's still important for a centre back when you're moving. Lack of that acceleration and lack of the sprint speed. I think he's still good, but you're going to need to evolve him soon. Maybe if you want to wait or whatever you want to do. And one of the best centre backs you can get inside the game, Gold Van der Ven, one of the best centre backs inside the game. You can still get for like literally under 5k. The Inform, not worth the 80k. This one, if you got the money, I think he's worth it. Yes, he hasn't got the defensive playstyles. I've evolved him with a Jockey Playstyle Plus, his gold card. Fantastic card, 95 sprint speed. If you get done on the counter attack with him, there's probably no one else going to save you unless you got a couple of mil. Van der Ven, we've gone over. Saliba gold card still gets in, as I mentioned as well. Militao, that includes his normal gold card, still gets in, very good card. Lacks of play styles, but evolve worthy is what I would call him. Evolve worthy player that you could really get some nice evolutions with him as well. And then we're going to go to the final ones now. Tamori, a very, very good card as well. You could also evolve him in some really good combinations. What a card. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos with like the evolved players. Maybe that might be a good idea. We've gone over it. And then the final one, look, this is the list this is what I filtered it by. So look, there's probably a big chance, like if I reduce this to 84, and let's say I reduce this to 84, there could be a chance that someone is here that didn't make the cut. So Kim Min Jae, for example, you can see just didn't make the cut. So he's still a good centre back. So there's a few cards that might have maybe just missed the cut, is what I want to say. But yeah, that is the best centre backs inside the game. I give recommendations. Let me know if you want to see more of these kind of videos. It's more of an educational video rather than entertainment. Maybe I should start doing entertainment content. Maybe just scream or throw my chair upside down. Who knows? Maybe I should do that. But for now, education is where we're going to stay. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Want to get better FC? Come to my Patreon series where you can learn more stuff like this. How to choose players. Patreon.com/no guys. Don't give up after 1 month. We'll refund your money. No guys at T. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace.